It's a message to all my beautiful black people. Stop buying your kids every pair of fucking Jordans that come out. Let's impress people by how smart your child is, what he got to offer mentally, how he present himself. You know, Jordan don't give a fuck about us. Let's stop spending our money on that nigga shit.
We put too much emphasis on tennis shoes. But why you got 30, 40 pair of Jordans and expensive shoes, $100 shoes, and they in your closet and you don't even wear them? Yet you ain't got no money to bring your child get a cotton candy to the fair, but you can buy some Jordans and buy some shoes.
Barkley revealed that a few of his millionaire friends are cheapskates. There's nobody cheaper than Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, Barkley said. Oh yeah, Jordan's cheap. I always give homeless people money, and he will always slap my hand and say, if they can ask you for spare change, they can say, welcome to McDonald's. Can I help you, please? Michael Jordan admits to blackballing Isaiah Thomas. A new documentary that highlights the original Dream Team for the men's Olympic basketball team sheds light on the battles between two NBA legends, Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas. According to Kurt Helen of ProBasketballTalk.com, former Detroit Pistons point guard Isaiah Thomas, who was left off the U.S. Olympic team roster, was done so because of his fiercest competitors, former Chicago Bulls leader Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Jordan stated, that was one of the stipulations put to me on the team, that Isaiah wasn't a part of it. It was always obvious Thomas and Jordan didn't get along, but I doubt anyone anticipated Jordan would let personal differences get in the way of professional success. Was Isaiah robbed of his rightful spot in history as a member of Team USA?
Michael Jordan's stipulation, I'm on the Dream Team only if Isaiah is not. Fair or foul?
To say that it's foul would be a gross understatement.
Oh, come on.
A gross understatement. It's beyond foul. It's beyond foul. John Stockton, as great as he is, please, him, Isaiah Thomas, stop it. There's nothing to discuss.
Mr. Michael Jordan led an incredible NBA career, but now, years after his retirement, we're really getting to know his backstory and who he is. In the book Michael Jordan: The Life by Ronald Lazenby, Jordan revealed that he was racist against all white people while growing up in North Carolina.
You know how many times he cheated on his wife?
Okay, listen.
Yes, I'm talking about Michael Jordan. She walked away with the most money any other famous woman has received, with about $168 million. Moral of the story, sign a prenup.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, we got everybody paying attention. I know a lot of y'all be asking me about this Michael Jordan story, right? I saw Michael Jordan. I met Michael Jordan at this Michael Jordan party. It was at his party. I had saw Michael Jordan taking pictures later on, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, this is just that one moment where I'm going to say, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go say, I'm going to ask Mike for a picture. I went over there and I said, hey, fellas, you know, nobody was talking. They was just chilling, whatever, right? And I was just like, man, I don't mean to be rude, but Mike, I just want to know if I could get a picture. I kind of expected him to say no. So I wasn't mad if he said no, but the way he said it, he said, oh, hell nah, man, I ain't taking no pictures with no niggas. And he said it like that, and I was like, I kind of got stunned for a second, because I was like, wait a second, I don't think he heard. I turned back, and my boys were just looking at me like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of thought that he didn't hear what I said, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, whatever, right? I'm telling Michael the story. I'm like, I just bid $7,000 for a Michael Jordan jersey, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he goes, you know what? I'll tell you what. You pay $15,000 right now for a jersey from me, and I'll take a picture with you. And keep in mind, Michael Jordan's real tall. He's looking down on me, and I'm looking up at him like, man, I've never been so heated in my life, man. My heart just started racing like, I'm about to steal off on this fool. And then, who was it? Paul Pierce. So one of them was like, yo, hey, man, chill out. That's Chamillionaire, man. He was like, I don't give up. And he cursed. He said, I don't give up, nigga. And I was like, and then you know what I did? I just sat there for a second. I just sat there and looked at him, and then I turned to Spike Lee and I said, you know what? I appreciate it, bro. That's all good. And I shook Spike Lee's hand, and they all had that look like, man, you know, that's just how Mike is, you know what I'm saying? I shook everybody's hand, and then I walked off, and then Ray Allen was over there, and Ray Allen was like, hey, man, he took a picture with me. I guess they was kind of do it because they kind of felt kind of like a certain way or something. You know, I took a picture with Paul Pierce and everything, but it wasn't really even that big a deal. I expected him to say no. It's just the way he said it. It was the most rudest. I'm probably not even repeating it as mean as he said it. So after that, I was like, wow, man, this dude must really be, he must feel a certain way inside where he just treat people like that. And keep in mind, when I used to stay in Chicago, a lot of y'all know about I used to stay in Chicago, the people that I used to stay with, they used to tell me all the time that Michael Jordan is bad, man. He just be smoking weed, cursing all day. I didn't believe it. I was like, no way, not Michael. You know what I'm saying? Because the image that he portrayed. And then it was like, they knew because they used to clean his cars. They used to work for the company to clean his cars. And he always used to be cursing at them. He always used to be talking trash to them. He always used to be saying stuff. And they told me, and I was like, nah. So then when I finally saw him, he was like that to me. So I was like, wow. And then I had heard so many rumors about people saying how Michael Jordan, how bad he was. So I was kind of disappointed. I ain't gonna lie. You know, so Mike was just a big disappointment, man. And then sometimes a little kid will be asking for an autograph. He'll be like, oh, no, you know what I'm saying? That's why to this day, I'll never be like that. Even if I'm in a bad mood when people ask me, I still do it. I wouldn't talk that way to somebody. I might even tell them, man, I'm not really in the mood, but I still do it in a nice way.
One of the main problems I've always had with Michael Jordan is that he's never done any charity work in the black community. He's never done any activism. He's always been a selfish person. I think when you got that type of money and power, I think you have an obligation to give back to your community. One of the things I respect about LeBron James has always been involved in the black community. He's always been doing charity work. He's always been involved in activism. Michael Jordan has never got involved in activism. And I think when you have that type of money and power, that's extremely selfish to not get involved in the activism in your own black community. That's why some people have called Michael Jordan an Uncle Tom. Because he's never done anything for black people in the black community. I'm not going to take anything away from him as a basketball player. We all know he was a great basketball player. But off the court, he's never done anything to help his own community. Because these are the certain type of black athletes that don't give a damn about the black community. That don't give a damn about black people. Every time a pair of Jordans comes out, black people start acting a fool. They will fight each other over a pair of shoes. They will kill each other over a pair of shoes. It makes no logical sense. I know some black people that don't even got a car, and they will spend $200 on a pair of Jordans. It makes no sense. Black people need to start looking at what's important and what's not so important. It only costs $5 to make Jordans overseas, and he's selling them for $200 in the US. Michael Jordan is laughing at black people. This is why I would never buy a pair of Jordans, and I never have bought a pair of Jordans. If you're willing to fight over a pair of shoes, you are a damn fool. This makes us all look bad. This gives them all they need to stereotype. This is why we gotta wake up and realize that Michael Jordan doesn't give a damn about us, so we shouldn't give a damn about Michael Jordan.
We're talking about Michael Jordan, and I told people that I didn't like Michael Jordan because I thought he was a fucking cheater. And people was like, man, Michael Jordan's the greatest, and Michael Jordan this. It's like, I don't know why, but with humans, if we really like somebody, they could get away with fucking murder, and we just accept it because we thought that they were just so great of an athlete or a person.
With stampedes and scuffles today at shopping malls around the nation, people are clamoring for the release of the Air Jordan 11. It's an athletic shoe, but only a limited number are available, and it's leading to scenes of unruly crowds. Police in North Carolina had to break up fights at a mall while people waited to buy the shoes. This was just before dawn. When mall doors opened, crowds of people pushed their way in. And outside the Foot Locker store on the second floor, some shoppers started jumping the line while others at the back surged forward. And shoppers rushed the entrance of a mall in Indianapolis, Indiana. Some people's shoes fell off. Others fell down in the mad rush and then got run over by the crowds. The front doors to the mall were ripped off the hinges.